Welcome to the solution video of the puzzle published on April 1st of 2024 named Square Offspring, and I'm gonna solve a more general version of it, but in the original version there were three squares which were aligned like this, one larger square and two smaller but congruent squares, and there were two line segments connecting vertices, and the question is what's this angle? Well, apparently it is 45 degrees, and thanks to Mr. Ronnie Sarker, who also published this puzzle earlier, we can even generalize to the situation where the sides are not aligned, but they do share a vertex B in here. So I'm gonna solve that one for the more general version. And the trick is to draw two triangles. Let's do that first. We have the triangle with A, B, G, A, and we have the triangle D, B, H, back to D, and their long sides are the two line segments which were there previously, and we'll go and show that those two triangles actually are similar. And well, how do we do that? Let's say that this larger square has side length 1, and that the two smaller have side length x, like this. So if we now look at this side, the side BD, then it is obvious that this is a square root of 2. So that is a square root of 2. And this side BG is x squared of 2. So we have x square root of 2. Well, what we can establish first is that this angle, so ABG, is exactly the same as the angle DBH, because there is a 45 degree and there is a 90 degree plus this little angle that separates the two triangles. Well, here we also have 90 degrees, 45 degrees plus that same angle, so they add up to the same. So we know that those angles are the same. Now we look at the proportions of the two adjacent sides. So let's say on the one hand we have the proportion, this one to that is 1 to square root of 2, 1 to the square root of 2. Yeah, that's the proportion of the shortest sides. And the other proportion, that is x square root of 2. So we have x square root of 2 proportion to x. If you look, we have this side, this relates to this side, so that is x square root of 2, and it is 2x. But of course we can then divide by x square root of 2. So what we find then is that those proportions, that's exactly equal to 1 to square root of 2. So that means that the sides have the same proportions to each other, and that implies that the two triangles are similar. Versus that's following from the side angle side theorem. Okay, now we have established that they are similar, but they are rotated with respect to each other. And what is their rotation? Well, that's exactly this angle, ABD. So if we rotate this side to that side and then dilate it, we get that larger triangle. So we know that the two triangles are rotated with respect to each other by an angle of 45 degrees, and therefore also their longer sides are rotated by an angle of 45 degrees. And that basically completes the proof of this generalized version of square offspring.